Morning, guys. Thought I'd quickly share something just for a bit of encouragement, a bit of exhortation for the church. Basically, last night my wife was reading out of Luke, and it reminded me of the story which I've heard a bit of. Well, I've heard this, what I'm about to tell you, and obviously it encourages me, gave me a bit of a like, wow, oh, wow, God is good, yeah. So where it's Caesar, yeah, and he says about, right, we're going to tax the whole world. Go take out these whatever the thing's called, where you get all your names, your dates of birth, blah blah blah, all the government information, let's say, so they can tax the world and whatnot. And so they say go back to your hometowns to get registered. Which my phone just stopped then. It said warning, 20%. So it causes everyone to go back to their hometowns. So Joseph and pregnant Mary are obviously from Nazareth. And if you remember, the scriptures say, the Pharisees say, search the scriptures, you'll see no good prophet comes from Nazareth. But in God's sovereignty, he uses Caesar in this tax poll so whilst Mary's pregnant and with Joseph, not with Joseph, you know what I mean, Joseph and pregnant Mary, they go from where they are in Nazareth back to Bethlehem, where Joseph is from, the city of David, and for the poll. And obviously, as you know, the inns are full, blah blah blah, so they end up being born in a barn in Bethlehem to fulfill the scriptures. So my point to say is, or the point that was made, I probably haven't articulated it as well as some of these professional video makers and whatnot, and these scholars, whatever you want to call them. But in God's sovereignty, to fulfill his own scriptures, he's used even Caesar Augustus, whatever his name was. Even evil people get used. There's other things where to fulfill scriptures, people like Herod and blah 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 get used. Like evil people, they think they're doing their own will, but in God's master plan, they're still used as puppet strings. Which, like I say, it's just speaks for God's sovereignty and his foresight and how he can see. Remember, he sees time like a dot. He sees everything. He already knows what, who, and where, which isn't to be confused with Calvinism. But there you go.